Voters across San Diego will be asked to consider several local and statewide measures as they prepare to fill out their mail-in ballots. And the San Diego County Taxpayers Association has created a voter guide to help you out. And joining us now to talk more about it is the Taxpayer Association President and CEO, Haney Hong. Haney, good to see you. Great to have you with us. Before we get to our speed round on the measures and the propositions, just tell us generally what you based your recommendations on.
Well, Logan, it's great to see you, and thanks as always for the chance to talk with folks. At the Taxpayers Association for 75 years, we are fighting for the taxpayer. What we do is we base our recommendations on solid research and also very healthy debate, something that seems to be missing of late. But what we do is we spend a lot of time digging in on the numbers by the numbers, because we're not fighting for any political party. We're just fighting for the taxpayer. We all want good governance. We want fiscal responsibility.
All right, let's try to get through some of these. We'll take Measure A first. This is a yes for you. This is the Homelessness and Affordable Housing Bond. We'll build an estimated 7,500 subsidized housing rental units for low-income seniors, veterans, and the homeless. Why do you like this one?
Yeah, this recommendation might seem a little unusual, right? We're the Taxpayers Association, so people are saying, why is it that you think that this is one that we ought to raise taxes for? And the truth of the matter is that we're spending a lot of money on homelessness services. And what we need to do, though, is we need to actually save money by spending a little today on housing some of the homeless, because when we don't spend some of that money today, we end up paying for it and wasting a lot of money in the future. So this is spend a little bit now to save a little bit of money later.
Okay, Measure E, maybe we'll just move fast through this one. Remove a 30-foot height limit in the Midway Pacific Community Plan area.
Yeah, so this one is we got to make sure that we can let the Midway District be what it can be, and that height limit is an artificial thing that was created many years ago. The Taxpayers Association opposed it. Its original imposition, and what we want to do is let the Midway District grow into the best potential it can be.
All right, 2 minutes left. I'm going to try to get us down to the propositions. Measure L is a yes. This is the City of Oceanside measure, affirms the vote of the Oceanside City Council on the North River Farms project. I think that says basically all we need to know. You've got three school bond measures, Measure T, U, and V. You like all of these. One's Cajon Valley, one's Dehesa School, one's La Mesa Spring Valley School. It seems like you just like those because they're being transparent and they're for upgrades. Is that essentially it?
That's right. And I'll also emphasize that we're no on Measure W, which is the Oceanside School District school bond. And what we do is we look through all school bonds to make sure that they've got a good plan for the construction, they can make good on their promises of taxpayers, and that they've set up the finance well. So we have a very disciplined, rigorous process that we use to evaluate school bonds. And so when we say yes or when we say no, it's based on what we're seeing through the proposals put together by those districts.
All right, Measure AA is a yes. This is the Valley Center Fire Protection District Emergency Response Protection Measure. Does not include fully publicly funded pensions, but instead a 401k style plan, and you like that idea. Let's get into Proposition 15. This is the tax on commercial property, whether it's going to be for fair market value or the purchase price. And you've got a no on 15. Why so?
Yeah, so Prop 15 is something that folks call split roll, like you said, Logan, the increasing taxes on commercial properties. And folks argue that the school systems, et cetera, need more money. There's plenty of money in the system. The state's not using it effectively. I mean, if you take a look at Los Angeles Unified School District, $1 in $4 is just going to pay for retirements. There's plenty of money that the state can use to achieve what it is we're trying to achieve in education. They got to spend it better. We say no on that because we don't need to send more money to get wasted.
All right, Proposition 19 is a bit confusing. I had to read it about 4 or 5 times here. It basically talks about eligible homeowners transferring their tax assessments either within the county or within the state and to homes of equal or lesser market value or for more value. And you've got a no on Prop 19. Why?
Yeah, so property tax portability as a concept makes a lot of sense. I think it's good for people to be able to move that. The problem is the way that this is built. It puts the money specifically for firefighting. And while I get that firefighting is a problem that exists across the state and something we need to focus on, we shouldn't be lockboxing tax dollars into specific areas. What we needed to think very, very differently. And when we are making changes to Proposition 13, which is what this proposition is, we got to be smart about making sure that it can pay for a bunch of things and not just one thing.
In the home stretch, Proposition 21, this is the rent control proposition. Why did you decide a no vote is best with this?
Yeah, so rent control is one of those things that doesn't matter what side of the political aisle you have an economist on. They all say the same thing. Rent control makes housing more expensive. It reduces the number of housing units that are available. We have to let the market function in the right way for housing. In fact, if government got out of the way, we'd probably do a better job on housing. And because this lets government get more in the way, and we can't let that happen because all it's going to do is take an already expensive quality of life that we all have in San Diego and make it more expensive.
It's a great speed round, Haney Hong. For people who want to read more about the way you believe people should vote based upon the Taxpayers Association, you've got a good website, all the information there, right?
Thanks, Logan. SDCTA.org, our ballot guides there, as well as all the research papers behind our positions.
All right. Haney Hong with us. Haney, thanks. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.
Great to see you.